Okay, hello. Welcome to course rep training, specifically Falmouth course rep training. This video is going to talk about Falmouth University specific course rep information. So if you are not a Falmouth University student who is signed up to be a course rep, please don't bother watching. There is a video for University of Exeter Cornwall students that's the equivalent to this. So yes, welcome to course rep training. I am Penny and I am the Academic Representation Coordinator at Students' Union. And I'll talk a bit more about what my role means in terms of supporting you guys as reps later in this PowerPoint. So about this training, this should hopefully be the first course rep training video you have watched. But there will be multiple training videos for you to watch on everything to do with collecting feedback, writing up feedback and making sure you're representative in how you collect feedback and talking to staff about feedback, all of that sort of stuff. There'll be multiple videos on that on the SU's website under our rep hub. And if you could please complete the quiz that is linked after every video, just to make sure for us that you've understood what the videos are saying, that would be great. I am in every video, so apologies for the fact that you have to put up with my waffle. If you have any questions about this, please just email studentvoice@thesu.org.uk. So, course reps. Essentially, what course reps do is represent their peers' views in a specific course. They do this by gathering feedback, attending meetings with academic staff, communicating updates about things to students, and advocating for improvements on their course and supporting students with concerns. A really important thing that we need to stress to you as Students' Union staff is that you guys as course reps are union representatives. You are the Students' Union. So when you sit in your meetings with your academic teams and academic staff, yes, you're representing students at the university, but you're also representing students on behalf of the Students' Union. This essentially works in the same way that, or in a similar way that a trade union representative would work. So your lecturers may be part of the university and college union, the UCU, and they will have a branch representative at various different universities. So there'll be a branch representative for Falmouth University and a branch representative for the University of Exeter. And essentially, course reps are our branch representatives. So you guys represent the specific opinion of students on your course and in your year group, in the same way that the Falmouth University branch representative in the UCU represents the opinion of Falmouth University lecturers. So yes, the general life cycle of feedback. As a course representative, we like to call it the feedback loop. You as a rep will collect feedback from students on your course about how things are going. You'll tell course staff about it in your SSLG, and then you'll come up with solutions to the feedback with your course staff. Once you've come up with solutions with your course staff, you'll tell students on your course how their feedback will be resolved. And as you're telling these students how their feedback will be resolved, you have an opportunity to collect even more feedback from them about how things are going, to then take to course staff in meetings, and then come up with solutions, and so the cycle continues. Your key responsibilities as a rep: you must attend course rep training, so you're doing a great job so far. You must attend one student staff liaison group every study block, and if you can't attend for whatever reason, you must send apologies. You must spend a few hours ahead of the SSLG collecting and writing up feedback and submit feedback to every SSLG, regardless of whether or not you can go. And yes, once the SSLG is complete, you must share the outcome with your course cohort. So these are the things that are essential for what you need to do as a course rep. And if you do nothing else, you must do all of this stuff. But on top of that, we offer opportunities for you guys to get involved in more stuff, particularly the big rep meeting. And that is something we do every year around November, December time. And it's an opportunity for you guys as reps to talk about issues that are kind of wider than just your academic university experience. They might be about issues that affect all students that are academic. So like every student uses the learning space, and every student uses the stores facilities. So you might talk about that sort of stuff. Or it might be about issues that are just about the campus experience in general, parking on campus, events on campus are non-academic, prices of food in the stannary, stuff like that. And we'll talk a bit more about non-academic versus academic feedback in the videos about collecting feedback. But the Big Rep meeting is an opportunity for you guys to essentially talk about non-academic feedback that's slightly out of your remit as a rep, but you'll probably get it quite a lot from students anyways. And you can also attend other SU events as a rep. So we'll also run networking events for you guys to get to know other reps and talk to us about your experience being a rep, how we can improve it, sort of up your skills. And Student Forum is our general SU democracy process that you can also get involved with, which is another way to resolve non-academic feedback issues outside of your role as a representative. And again, we'll talk about that more in collecting feedback and all of the stuff to do with feedback. And on top of that, you can attend supplementary training to boost your skills. This could be bystander training, EDI training. We'll run various different training sessions throughout the year that you can join on to if you so wish, but these are entirely optional. So, your support in the SU. Your president, Falmouth, who this year is Jadelle Luckman, is an incredibly key contact for you guys as academic representatives and course representatives. She is the academic president for Falmouth University and sits on high up boards with the vice chancellor of the university to talk about issues affecting students. So she's a very key contact. Your vice president, Falmouth, on the other hand, who is Aisha this year, focuses a bit more on non-academic issues, anything to do with the wider student experience. So as I said, you may still get non-academic feedback, even though you're an academic representative and you're there to talk about feedback on your course. So Aisha is there for you guys to talk through that feedback, and she can help you escalate it to different places. And Aisha also has a focus on the experience of Falmouth Wood Lane campus. So if you are a student on Wood Lane campus, whether it's graphic design, fine art, creative writing, whatever, Aisha is a good point of contact for you if you have any feedback from students that is about your specific experience as Falmouth campus students. Academic representation and advocacy coordinator, that is a full-time staff member at the SU, and it is me. So I support you guys as reps with the day-to-day stuff that you need to do. So basically, if you have any questions about what you've got to do in the role, or if you're a bit confused about something that you need to do, get in touch with me. The difference between me and your presidents is that your presidents have been voted in by students to get into the role, whereas I just did a bog standard job interview. So because your presidents were voted in, they have a mandate to represent the voice of Falmouth University students. So if you raise an issue with them in terms of like, oh, students have said blah, 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 they can help you escalate it to staff and make sure the problem is resolved, whereas I would simply refer that issue to the presidents to resolve. On the other hand, I know the ins and outs of what you guys do on a day-to-day basis. So if you're ever like, oh my God, I don't know when my next SSLG is, or oh my God, I've got so much feedback and I don't know what to do with it and stuff like that, just come and chat to me. I can help you do the admin side of things and make sure you're all up to speed with what you need to do, and you have all of the people that you need to contact, essentially. And finally, your department rep. This is another student who is volunteering in the role, and they've been voted into the role by students in their department. And they support you guys as course reps in your department to do your jobs as course reps. You can find out who your department rep is on the Find My Rep page and contact them and send them an email to say hi. They should also be sending out an introductory email to you guys once they are trained and ready in the role. So that's your support in the SU. So SSLGs, also known as student staff liaison groups. So you would have heard me referring to SSLGs earlier over and over again. And if you're thinking, what the hell is that? It stands for Student Staff Liaison Group. And that basically just means students talking to staff about issues. In short, what SSLGs do is allow you to work as reps, to work directly with your course leader to resolve any problems on your course. And make sure that the university is providing quality teaching. SSLGs feed into your university's governance process, so it allows the university to make sure that their academic departments are providing a top quality education. Because remember, you guys, the students, are paying for your education, so you are technically consumers and you have consumer rights. And this is one way that the university ensures that you guys get say in your education and what you're paying for. So that is student staff liaison groups. And you also get support from the university in those student staff liaison groups. So typically in your SSLGs, you'll have your course leader present to action or resolve the feedback that you raise in the SSLG. And your department admin will always be there to minute or make notes in the meeting and record any actions that you've decided on with staff. And they also schedule and send out the invites for your SSLG meetings. Your head of subject may also be present. This is dependent on from department to department. Head of subjects just sit slightly above course leaders and will support your course leaders in actioning feedback and making sure issues on the course are resolved. So, how to submit feedback to SSLGs. This process is different from department to department across the university. So the best people to ask in terms of how you should submit feedback to your next SSLG meeting, along with when your next SSLG meeting is, are your department admin teams. So you'll see on the screen which specific admin email you should email depending on what department your course is a part of. And if you're unsure what department you belong to, please just email us at the SU, studentvoice@thesu.org.uk, and I'll happily refer you to which person you need to be contacting. And they will help you, help explain to you how you submit feedback to your SSLG. They should also be actively reaching out to you to explain this process. So don't worry too much, you will get this information eventually. And at your SSLGs, we recommend that you limit yourself to how much you submit to an SSLG meeting. This is because staff will have a lot of feedback to look through. It's not necessarily just your course year group in your SSLG. At the very least, it will likely be year 1, year 2, and year 3 of your whole course. But for some departments, it may also be year 1, year 2, and year 3 of other courses in your department. So there's a lot of feedback to get through. So when you're collecting your feedback and preparing to submit it to your SSLG, we recommend that you prioritize the most common points that are raised, the most popular opinion of the course, as well as stuff that's quite complicated to resolve. And we'll talk more about how to identify that in the collecting feedback training. But yes, so this is the guideline that we give for submitting feedback to SSLGs: 3 points on what's going well, 3 points on what could be better, and 3 new ideas for the course. And we talk more about what that means in the feedback training. So SSLGs, how to prepare. Before the meeting, make sure you actually RSVP to the meeting invite. You'll get an invite to your university email, an Outlook invite. Say whether or not you can go. Ideally, you will go to every single SSLG that you're invited to, and there's 2 a year, 1 every study block. But if you can't go for whatever reason, because sometimes life happens and it means you can't attend these kinds of meetings, please just let your department admin know that you won't be going. Before the meeting, you should be collecting feedback with the other reps in your course year group. Make sure you're working with the other reps in your year group, if you have any, to collect feedback. This ensures that you don't raise contradicting feedback in the SSLG meeting. I have witnessed in the past students who are on the same year group as the same course, for example, second year fine art. One student says, oh yeah, students are really enjoying this module, and another rep says, actually, the students told me that they're not enjoying this module, and therefore information is conflicting. Whereas if you're checking with the other reps in your year group what kind of feedback they're collecting, you can check what the actual majority opinion of the cohort is. And before the meeting, submit feedback to the deadline, even if you can't make the meeting. If you can't make the meeting, you can still submit feedback, and that feedback can still be spoken about with staff, just without you present. During the meeting, make sure you turn up on time, take notes on how staff plan to resolve your feedback, It will help you close the feedback loop later. We'll talk more about that in the feedback training. And don't talk over others, allow everyone a chance to speak. And afterwards, make sure you tell your course cohort what actions staff are taking to resolve their feedback. So that concludes the general Falmouth University course rep training. Please watch the other videos to do with feedback, collecting it, presenting it to staff, etc., etc. And yes, as always, if you have any questions, please email us at studentvoice@thesu.org.uk. Cool, thank you.